I've been doing this for years. I've given all of my family, and this helps amazingly. Some people are allergic to garlic, so that you have to be careful of. Otherwise, garlic works wonders. Bay leaf is the second one, which is also very famous from the Roman and Greek times. We use this in cooking, and it helps also with a variety of bacteria and fungal infections. So bay leaf, instead of cooking it, you can chew it and swallow it raw. You can make a tea of it, but this is also very good for any kind of infection. Detoxifying agents. Most people, you can take care of your food, but if there is some kind of health issue, we need detoxifiers in the body, because you need to detox whatever toxins are creating that problem. Aloe vera is very, very safe and effective for you to do at home without a guidance of anybody. It heals the lining of your digestive tract, and along with that, it cleans the liver, the blood, and the colon. But rather than buying bottles, buying, pills, fresh aloe is available anywhere. You just peel it, put it in a blender with a little water, and drink the juice. It is so easy. You're taking it straight from nature into your body. Rather than doing this, they bottle it and they preserve it in a factory, and then they sell it to you months later, years later. Aloe is available, and you can take this in the mornings. You can try it a little bit, like this much is enough. You blend it and add a little water. The leaves come about this big in a grown plant. You can take a quarter piece of leaf, keep the rest in the fridge, and then take again another piece and another piece the next day. If you do this every 2 weeks, you do this once a day for about 2 weeks, this is a good cleanse for your body. You can do this also once a day for 1 week, every month, every 2 months, whatever you feel like. If it's helping you, continue. If you're not feeling good with it, stop. You are your best judge. Sometimes aloe may not work for you, chlorophyll might work. Something else may work if these two don't work. See, there are millions of people out there. There's no one standard this will work. So you have to choose what is best for you. Maybe for you, someone might try half a leaf and feel good rather than quarter leaf. So you have to balance it and see what's working for you. Chlorophyll is the green pigment that's available in plants. Now this, if you look under a microscope, the atom looks exactly the same as iron. As iron. Exactly the same. The only difference, the atom looks exactly the same as blood. The only difference is the middle atom in chlorophyll is a magnesium, and in blood the middle one is iron. That's the only difference. So this is known as green blood. It is the next best thing to help build blood, to clear your blood, to alkalize. Okay, so another thing, when you talk about food and how you eat, there are two different types of foods. There are acidic foods and alkalizing foods. When you're eating, your body needs to be at a balance of about 6.78 towards 7. 7 is neutral. Okay? People are usually a little bit on the acidic side. If you can be 7.1, 7.2, that is good. The foods that are alkalizing for you and that will keep your body on the alkalizing side are fresh fruits and vegetables. A few legumes, but legumes can also be a little bit acidic. Okay, so if you can, your body needs to stay alkalized. If you're going to have a lot of processed food, outside restaurant food, a lot of teas and coffees, a lot of medicines, alcohol, sweets, this is all acidic. So your body inherently is acidic. So chlorophyll will help to make it alkaline, which will help bring back a balance in your system. Chlorophyll is very rich in minerals because it's coming straight from plants. So it is very rich in all the minerals possible. It will give you energy. I have taken this when I'm tired in the middle of a day. You take a little chlorophyll in water and it will help you go again. You don't need that coffee or that tea at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And it has the iron, because it will help give you all the different chemicals, the minerals needed to absorb iron. You can take an iron pill, but if you don't have vitamin C and other vitamins, iron will not get absorbed in your body. Okay, vitamins and minerals. In your foods, you need to make sure you get all the vitamins and minerals. The basic and the main vitamin are vitamins A, B, C, D, E, and K. Okay, and the minerals, these are just a few basic ones. You have calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, zinc, iron, selenium, and manganese. There are many, many more. So what you need to do, vitamin A is good for the eyes. These are just basic, okay? These are good for the eyes and for the skin. B is like a miracle vitamin. It is good for stress, it is good for your nerves, it is good for your digestion. But you need to take B complex. Many people will tell you take B12, take B6. B12 and B6 cannot work with the other if the other B vitamins are not present in your body. It will not get absorbed. So you need to take B complex, which has all 12. Vitamin C is for the immune system. D is for the bones. If you don't have, if your doctor has told you to take calcium, if you do not have magnesium in it and boron and vitamin D, that calcium is of no use to you. You would rather not take that calcium. D you get from being in the sun, but some people are deficient and they need D pills also. Vitamin E is also like an amazing vitamin. It is an antioxidant. It is good for the immune system. It is good for the skin. It is good for digestive system, for the nerves. Vitamin E is very, very good. And K is also good, but it is mainly known as a blood thinner. The minerals, calcium and magnesium, are very, very important. But if you do not have them in the right ratio, it doesn't matter. Without calcium and magnesium, no muscles will work. Your heart cannot work. Your legs won't work. Your arms won't work. But they need to be in ratio. So when you take a calcium pill for your bones, for anything, you need to have more magnesium than calcium. Because without magnesium, calcium cannot be digested. So in any supplement that you buy, you make sure you have more magnesium than calcium. Sodium and potassium are needed for the electricity to be conducted in the body. Anywhere, the electrical impulses in the brain, for transmitters, for the hand to move, it's an electricity impulse. So if you do not have a balance of sodium and potassium, it won't work. Zinc is very good for the immune system, iron for blood, selenium for the immune system, manganese for the nerves. So now, if you look at the body, without these minerals, none of the systems are going to work. And these minerals are all needed to make enzymes and hormones. If you do not have these and you're not giving your body these with foods, it's not going to work. So you need to have fresh fruits and vegetables which are rich in these vitamins and minerals. And you need to rotate. Someone may tell you have an apple a day, which is good and fair and well. But if you're not eating other fruits, it's not going to work. You need to have bananas and pears and figs and all the fruits available. If nature has given us the variety, you need to eat it. And it's best to eat it with the season. Because that is you're living in this environment, so your body needs it with that season. So mangoes are out now, you eat it now. And if they're not out later, you don't need them later. But you don't need to overdo them either. So mangoes, grapes, papayas, you need a whole variety of fruits and vegetables, because that's the only place you're going to get your vitamins and minerals from, the majority of it. As you cook, sometimes we cook the vegetables, you will overcook it. We'll pressure cook it, and then you'll cook it again, and then you'll heat it up again. You're losing all the vitamins and minerals. You can eat raw. Some people cannot tolerate raw, so you saute it, you boil it a little bit, but even boiling kills the vitamins and minerals. So it's important that you cook your food properly. Microwave. Once you microwave your food, you're killing all. Your microwaved food is dead food. There's no nutrients in microwave food. Okay, so this is my list of the foods that I feel are very, very important to have. Garlic, which is vital as an antibiotic. Olive oil, which is essential for the essential fatty acids for the brain, for the heart, but you cannot heat it. So use it in salads, use it as a spread on bread, but you cannot heat it. Flax seeds is another source of this, but you have to grind it. Fresh spices, this will help a lot, but you need to rotate and it has to be fresh. It can be cinnamon, bay leaf, sage, dhania, jeera, but it should all be fresh because they all help with the body, with different aspects of the body, different systems. So it is important to rotate them, but to use fresh spices. Fruits and vegetables. Salmon is one of the best fish to give you high essential fatty acids. It should be fresh and it should not be overcooked. If you're overcooking it, if you're frying it, you're killing all the nutrients in it. The grains that are important, here and everywhere all over the world, we have overdone eating wheat. Eating wheat is not good. You can eat it once a week, twice a week, even once a day if you have to. But bring in other grains. Bring in, I'm not very sure about the Indian names. I know there's ragi, there is jowar. I don't know what the other ones are, but these are very, very good. You need to have amaranth. You need to have quinoa. You need to have buckwheat. These are high in protein as well. Okay, they are very good and they are not very high in carbohydrates. Homemade yogurt for the probiotics. Bitter melon, which is Karela, which is very, very good. We eat all the flavors that are available except bitter. So many people avoid eating bitter. It is important to eat all of the 5 flavors so that you balance your body. You cannot eat sweet only all the time. You cannot eat spicy food only all the time. It has to be balanced. And raw honey, I don't know if it's available here in India yet, but raw honey looks like ghee. It is thick and white. That is the best form of honey because it has not been heated. It has vitamins and minerals in it. Sorry? Honey? Raw honey? Yeah? Okay. That is the best form. The honey that you see in a jar has been heated already and most of its nutrients have been killed. Okay? Sorry? Yeah, it's very, very expensive. But it's better than buying in the bottle. You'll get the vitamins from it if that is your reason for using it. And quinoa looks... Do you know what couscous is? No, couscous is a masala. No, couscous is a Mediterranean food. It looks like that. You should get. I haven't found. I've just moved here. I haven't found it, but it should be available here. Yeah, buckwheat is good. Amaranth also you should get. Raj, that's what it's called? Rajgira. Okay. So you'll get those. I haven't spoken. I just want to tell you a little bit about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Mostly everything that you eat will be turned into carbohydrates in your system. Okay, because mostly everything has sugar. Carbohydrates get digested into glucose. So you need to look at your food, look at your diet and balance it out. If you are vegetarian and you love potatoes, you're not eating your vegetables, you're going to eat only potatoes and carrots, and then you're going to eat white bread and white rice, you're not giving your body any nutrients because anything white has no nutrients in it at all. You need to substitute all the white rice, the white flour, potatoes also, get rid of it and bring in brown, whole grains. Get rye bread, get amaranth bread, buckwheat bread, but you cannot eat just white bread because what happens when you digest white bread, white rice and potato, they have no nutrients. They have zero nutrients. So you're eating it, the body needs enzymes to digest it. Enzymes are made of minerals. There's no minerals in the food. So it's going to pull these minerals from your body. Okay, so you can eat, for example, you'll eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, you'll eat white rice or white bread. For the 3 meals, it's pulled out these minerals from your body, from your reserves. So right now your body is in a debt. If you're not eating fruits and vegetables, you're not replenishing this debt. So obviously you're going to get sick. If not in a month, in a year, or in 2 years or 10 years. But you're creating a debt in your system. So you have to make sure if you're going to eat something that is not so healthy, you balance it by eating something that is healthy. Okay? So, I'll get back to this again. Now when you eat, are you eating to live? Are you living to eat? Are you using food as your medicine or... It is all up to you. Every meal, everything you put into your mouth is your conscious decision. There is no punishment in nature. It is just a consequence. So if you're falling sick, it is harsh to say, but it is your fault. It is your choice, your decision. May it be ignorance or, That is my contact information if you ever need any more information or a session or a consult. You don't get any here? Okay, and do you know what enzymes are in that? Okay. Okay, it doesn't have all of that. Okay. What I have seen is I have worked and done consulting in the States for about 10 years now, and the supplements that are available there are not available here at all. There's so many herbal supplements. Ayurvedic is a very, very treasured practice, but it doesn't have all the herbs that Western herbs has. So what I've done now, I've just started moving here and I'm starting to import some stuff. Because, to be honest, I'm not able to find herbs that can substitute the herbs that I know, the US herbs, or even the Chinese herbs. So if you contact me, if there's anything you want, I can always bring it down for you.